Chatting with Cass Allen. Chatting with Cass Allen. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Chatting with Cass Allen. I'm Cass Allen, and welcome to the platform. Today we're talking about gratitude. Gratitude as in being grateful and being thankful for people, places, and things. It's been a hot topic for me as I've been observing life, family, friends, situations, etc., personalities, character traits. As I've mentioned on several occasions, I've slowed down a bit to smell not just the roses, but every flower, plant, and weed in the garden. And I've gotten back into observation more than usual. One thing I'm noticing is a lot of gratitude, in particular, as some of you know some of my stories about some of the things that I've been through and how I've recentered myself and reset myself, if you will, to remember what's important, and not get caught up in too much 2D and 3D stuff. And always remember to be grateful. Sometimes we get caught up in the chase, if you will, chasing our dreams, our goals, aspirations, whatever word you wish to associate to it. We sometimes become chasers and we forget to stop and enjoy what we have acquired. We'll be right back. Thank you for joining us for Chatting with Cass Allen. As I mentioned, we're talking about gratitude today. So let's talk about it. I try to wake up every morning and center myself. Sometimes, I might make that move before and I'll catch myself and take that moment. But I wake up and I thank the Most High for waking up. Something that we all take for granted, as we know. And the day you don't wake, what are you gonna do? You don't have a presence, at least here, to regret it. But I give thanks, for the ability to open my eyes, and I ask the Most High to help guide me through my day. And I genuinely smile and feel the sun and allow the energy from my environment to soak me, and I'm not talking about the energy of the people. I'm talking about the energy, the presence of the things around us, Take a deep breath and give thanks for the air going in my lungs. I think the Most High for my eyesight, being able to see what's in front of me, being able to breathe, being able to walk. I've told my story countless times of how this time, well, you don't know this time, but this time last year, I was having a lot of challenges walking. I could get 10, 15 feet, then had to stop for 15 minutes, sometimes half an hour. A 10-minute walk was taking me an hour. I couldn't breathe like I normally could. I couldn't walk like I normally could. A lot of things I couldn't do. I was vomiting almost every day, and anything you can think of, exploding out of my body. I was very ill. I was fighting with a lot of things. And however, every day that I got up, I was grateful that I woke up, even though I had painful days, days where I didn't know if I was going to see the end of the day or even the middle of the day. But I kept going because I was grateful that something was waking me up every day. And don't get me wrong, I'm not telling stories for you all to model my behavior. As I always tell you all from my last platform, it still stands here. It's just about thinking and engaging and using your minds to explore and not getting caught up in what we've been designed to want and think about. We'll be right back. Thank you for joining us for Chatting with Cass Allen. This episode is about gratitude. We've been talking about gratitude as it relates to just having life, and Just being thankful to awaken, being thankful to rise, being thankful to move your limbs. Gratitude just for your energy, your physical form, your spiritual and your soul meshing and animating in whatever capacity that we have. That's the first step of my gratitude each day. I ask the Most High to guide my steps and help me to know the difference between my hand and the hand of the Almighty and which one to apply. I ask for the same for my friends, family, and strangers, all people on the earth. I ask the Most High to raise us all to a higher vibration so that we could do the things that we're designed to do and make the Most High proud. And by Most High, I relate to the masculine and feminine energies that govern the earth and the globe and the universe and the galaxy and so forth and so on to eternity, as some of you like to relate to it. Whatever your relation, I'm speaking of the Most High Power. That's where my gratitude forms every day because we're coming from something, and whatever that is, I'm giving thanks to that first and foremost for our experience and the power that be to be able to multiply us on this level. And the source, if we are of the source, we are family and friends. We're all in the same DNA somehow, in the same species, correct? So I pray for all of you too. I pray for the animals. I pray for everybody because it makes sense to me, because it would please me to see everybody eat. It would please me to see no one with their stomach touching their back. It would please me to see the little babies protected from you psychos out there. It would please me. I would have a lot of gratitude if more children lived. I would have a lot of gratitude if less people went without food. I would have a lot of gratitude if more of you had smiles on your faces because that's how the Most High designed me to care about you. So I find gratitude and I'm thankful when I see y'all in a good mood. Second of all, because y'all don't be in the street acting like assholes, popping off doing shit you're not supposed to be doing when you're normally happy. So yeah, I'm grateful. We talk about gratitude as it relates to situations. A lot of people, um, they move their personalities based on what's happening around them. They shift. You grateful or ungrateful depending on the elements around you. Instead of being grateful at all times, some people sometimes think I'm crazy because I got this source of energy that's pretty cool and it's pretty happy and goofy all the time, regardless of what's going on around me, you know. Because I separate gratitude from conditions. They're not always the same thing, or I should say, seeing all parts of a condition. You can be in a bump situation, but it could be bummer. We all have heard the sayings, it could be worse, and a lot of us are tired of hearing that. But it is true. I've learned to take everything people throw at me and make it into lemonade. I don't give a fuck if it's not lemons. It could be limes, it could be kiwi. It doesn't matter. We just gonna make some kiwi lemonade. And that's where my gratitude comes from, trying to see the benefit of things that people try to serve at me as a detrimental situation. I turn it into a superlative, a supreme, if you will, when I have the energy, which is 98% of the time these days. So there's another level of gratefulness for my own behavior and how I've improved on how I deal with situations. I mean, like I tell you all, I'm basically reset to who I have always been. I just now more vocal. But at one time, I jumped on the 3D um, Titanic with Summer Society and it didn't go too well. So I'm happy to be out of that 3D world and back where my natural design is comfortable. And we'll be right back. Thank you for joining us for chatting with Cass Allen. We've been talking about gratitude from different levels, just being thankful for life, family, friends, situations, and Now we're going to talk about storms. A lot of times during storms, we curse, we are ungrateful, we curse the Most High, we curse the people around us. We don't understand how things can be happening the way they are, how blah, 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 blah. You know, the quiet storms and the full-blown storms, you know. Um, that we're all human. There's no one on this planet. I don't believe, if I may be wrong, but I haven't met a person on this planet who's been able to be humble 24/7 and always kumbaya and cool and calm and that wisdom. We all have moments, but we speak in general here. And, you know, I always try to look at things with the 80/20 rule. 80% of the time, if you can manage these things, you know, you're on a pretty good plateau, you know, because we are human and we do have a yin yang, we do have a positive and a negative force. We must exhibit those energies of both sides. It's just how we do it. A lot of people I've encountered, the smallest little things in life, they lose their fucking minds. So I always wonder, like, when you in some serious shit, like, what are you going to do? What are you really gonna fucking do? Get on a trampoline and bounce into something like 2 feet above your fucking head so you can slam it really hard? Because the behavior sometimes be off the chain. For the quiet storms, I can't imagine the full blown storms. You know, and a lot of that comes from a lack of gratitude. Being thankful for the 90 or 80% that is going right. You know, a lot of people let that 10, 20% help them lose their fucking minds. Um, I personally am not really one to lose my mind over little things. For me, the things that get me stormy are just how I'm treated insofar as the decency of humanity. Outside of that, you know, I welcome people to have their own personalities. You can have your own storm. There can be 10 people dancing a fucking storm around me. They can be in a circle holding hands, and I can be sitting in the center, and I will still be grateful for my position. You know, without without thinking in any negative terms of the people dancing around me. If that makes any sense to you all, I've learned how to be grateful no matter what's going on and try to help other people to see, you know, the gratitude in their situations. And we'll be right back. Thanks for joining me for chatting with Cass Allen. Today we're talking about gratitude. We've been talking about being thankful for life, family, friends, situations, storms, whether they're quiet or full blown. Just learning how to humble ourselves and move in a beat that's more in flow. Um, just being thankful to be a part of flow, growing with flow, ebbing with flow, being flow, if you will. You know, to me, that is gratitude, just being one with the things around us, being thankful to even have the pleasure to be in a physical form to experience whatever the hell is going on around us. Although I'm here and I'm in my days, I still sit back sometimes and say, what the fuck is this and why are we here? Regardless of what the fuck I read in science, or any other thing, theology based as well. It's still an awesome thing to do here. When I take a deep breath and I really think about, like, I'm some type of being with these two eyes and this mouth and all these other things that animates and moves around just like other creatures, and like by design doing some things, and I question, like, why the hell am I here sometimes, even though I know deep inside some of the tools that I'm supposed to use based on the gifts I came with. I still go, what the fuck is going on? Because they try to program us so much to not even know our own true core. I guess maybe that's part of the reason some of us can't be grateful. We don't even know what we can be grateful for because we don't even know who we are or what we're doing here. Me personally, I was in a humdrum for some time. As I've mentioned candidly on my shows, I believe it's important to talk about things. You know, there's no reason to be hiding and acting like our lives are perfect and We don't have problems. We don't go through shit because everybody does. A lot of you tend to hide it or you run from it or you don't want to talk about it. Me personally, I'm willing to talk about anything because that's like that isn't that the Bible and everything in there? Everything's in there. Y'all read it all, so why we can't talk about it? So that's how we on this gratitude shit today and talking about people who are not grateful as well, which we're gonna touch on. There are people out here who lacking gratitude, who are hoarding. They're holding on to things, afraid to lose them, and have more than they can ever want, and are not sharing, so that someone else can share in the grace of the blessings of abundance. In my humble opinion, that's a lack of gratitude because you aren't returning the blessings that were bestowed upon you. Instead, you choose to hoard and hide things that could bless others. Let's speak of gratitude from the fear of losing, which normally is what the source of hoarding is in the first place. People are hoarding because they don't want to run out of things. They don't understand or appreciate the ebb and flow because they're afraid of what could happen. See, I hope I'm making sense to y'all. If we all think the same, we wouldn't have anything to be afraid of if we all just fucking let go and ebb and flow. But that's too easy, I suppose. And I'm not saying that to be insulting. It's just that sometimes I think about things that are so fucking basic and so simple to solve. But I suppose neuroscience and the diversity of our minds prevents such linkage and alignment for us to reach those goals is at least at this time, and other people's agendas that aren't aligned with teamwork, if you will. They want to be the leaders. They want us all to be the zombies and the followers, so they're not people concentric. There's no gratitude on the level of humanity that we're all here to do it together. It's not about losing. We shouldn't fear losing anything. Everything is here. It's not going anywhere. Unless we blow the fuck up from our stupidity, which leads me to our personalities. It's the personality that helps you to see what's happening in your life on a holistic level, on a spiritual level, outside of your physical wants, outside of your wants. Your gratitude can be persistent, whether you achieve your wants or not. We'll be right back. Thanks for joining me for chatting with Cass Allen. We're talking about gratitude. We've gone down the list of being thankful, life, family, friends, situations, storms, may they be quiet or full blown. We've discussed how gratitude is blocked by hoarding and fear of losing things. Gratitude can also be blocked by personality traits. We have people out here who just appear to never be satisfied. No matter what you do, they find fault in what is happening. They find fault in you. They find fault in every action. They find fault in everything. There's nothing that makes them happy. Or you have people out here, the only things that make them happy are things that are egocentric. You have people, yeah, egocentric, such as drugs, feeding the person money, feeding the person sex, whatever it is, things that align with self only. And a lot of these people don't even have gratitude because they're back in 5 minutes for the next fix. They're not even in the glow of love of what's happening at that moment. Aligning one's personality to appreciate the connectivity of all of us and the generosity of the Most High and bestowing us with life in the first place might help some people have a different outlook. Like I said, I'm not one who tries to tell people what to do, but I like to inspire people to take things in a new approach. If you have negative aspirations or negative pathways, energies, or whatever, I'm always reaching to help us all like have more light in our lives. Whatever path you choose to take, you can clamp some wings on your arms and fly like an eagle. That would be fine too. But I'm always going to pull from my own experiences and education and that of those around me, because that's what citation is all about. So moving on, as I said, the antonym, as we all know, to grateful is ungrateful. It's a place that I see a lot of people. I personally pull away from people when they practice ungrateful energy on a constant basis, because I don't want the energy to drain me. I believe that we mirror each other's energy. Thus, why someone laughs a lot, you laugh too. Someone's in a stank mood, you start getting funky too. I don't want to be around people who don't practice mental exercises that are aligned with the healthy version of me, to say it without offending anyone. I don't want to be around anyone every day who's angry. I don't want to be around anyone any day, every day who's sad. I don't want to be around someone who's always ungrateful and all kinds of things. So perhaps I guess I can't work in an environment where those things might be practiced on a heavy. There's something to consider. And I want to be in an environment where people are complaining all of the time of the things that they do not have. I genuinely believe, and I have witnessed with my own eyes, a lot of people who complain, 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 end up with little, or they end up in that situation, because I believe you manifesting your own shit by talking about what you don't have, you're not going to have it, you know? So when are they going to stop mouthing off about what they don't have if they're manifesting their own have-nots? Riddle me that, people. Um, and as you hear me speaking of, I'm speaking of the company that I keep. There was a time where I didn't care about the company that I kept. I care about the company that I keep. I care about having people around me who have gratitude. As I said, because I don't want to mirror the energy of someone who doesn't understand what it's like to enjoy the day. You know, I don't care. About that person's interpretation of how I interpret them, him or her. My steadfast goal is to understand my own design my boundaries around my design, and live that life that I believe to be true for me based on the Most High's whispers to my soul. So I have to take all of that as Cass's design. And Cass's design is basically grateful all the time. I giggle a lot where people think, what the hell's wrong with her? Why is she giggling? I be laughing because I be happy. I'm like, why people cool with walking around with a grimace on their face? Don't nobody say shit. You walk around with a smile on your face, people say you crazy. You talk about whipping somebody's ass, so that motherfucker, everybody quiet in the room. You want to get up and do fucking jumping jacks because you fucking joyful. People think you crazy. You understand what I'm saying? We conditioned to fucking think happy is crazy. What the hell has happened to us? Like, you can't even be an adult and smile on the street and say hi to somebody without them saying, "What's wrong with him? He don't know me, he crazy." Like, when the fuck did joy become an insult in this universe? When the fuck did saying hello to you become you don't know me? No, I don't know you. I really don't want to know you now. Especially. Like, what is wrong with us? When we were kids, we used to just see each other and we knew energy. You knew who was gonna be your best friend because you picked them. You walk right up to them. Y'all know what I'm saying here. You're like, a lot of y'all is uptight as a motherfucker, and honestly, y'all getting on my nerve. And I might be getting on your nerve too, because some of y'all act like I'm getting on your nerve because I'm too happy. Well, y'all too fucking annoying to me. Y'all too grumpy. Y'all too cranky. Y'all getting older like me. I'm talking to that crowd. You 50 pluses. Y'all getting crotchety. Y'all getting boring. Y'all sitting online staring in a computer and y'all want your real life to look like your computer life and it ain't gonna happen. You got to get your old tired asses out and be grateful that your legs still work and get outdoors and enjoy life. Walk down the fucking street and look at your neighbor's gardens. Really look and think about how pretty and amazing everything is and how it just grows so different and spectacular. Y'all just sitting online complaining about every fucking thing y'all can't get online because this shit ain't real. Hello? Ooh. Y'all know Cass gonna cut up. I love y'all with all my heart, but my design is to keep it real, and that's what we're doing here on this episode of gratitude. It's very important that we maintain our gratitude and learn how to appreciate everything. It will change the way your heart beats, it will change your blood pressure, it will put you in a great mood when things go wrong, it will give you something to hold on to when you feel there is nothing to hold on to. It will put you in a sense of place where you are at peace when everything around you is a storm. And like I said, I can't speak everybody's remedy, but I know it will work for some of you. And those are the ones that I'm speaking to. If you're in a place where everything is making you depressed and everything around you is not good enough, everything around you is annoying you, you got to check yourself. You got to look inside and find out what's going on inside yourself that you're no longer enjoying the fruits of life because the trees are there. The fruit trees are there. The fruit trees haven't changed. It's your outlook. It's your outlook. You can still enjoy a fruit tree and not even want to eat the fruit on that tree. You can still see the beauty of it. You know, a lot of you, I'm saying a lot of you, but that's a tricky term in all fairness. There's an amount, a sizable amount of you out there who is crotchety as fuck. And you might want to check yourselves because there's no reason to be like that. Like, and you be the ones complaining about everything. But guess what? The rest of us just wish you fucking stop. You are the problem to us. When you walk in the room and the smiles disappear, pay attention. Walk into a room where you can see in the room before you get there. If everybody happy, and then you come in the room and all the smiles are gone, you gotta think about yourself. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, because I'm seeing too many of y'all lately. Pay attention to how the room change when you walk in. I gotta do the same fucking thing. Y'all know I put myself in the same circles that I put y'all in. As I said, I already talked about it. There was a time I didn't have gratitude no more. I was bum fucked out. I was stressed fucking out, tired, sick, didn't know I was sick, which was part of the reason I was acting the way I was, because I was over fucking run, starting to get crankety, meeting a cast I didn't even fucking know. You understand me? It took a lot of things to go down for me to reset myself and become who I am today. Strong enough to tell y'all my story with no fear, no shame, no give a fuck. Because, that's what the story is for, to be told. What the fuck am I living the life for if I can't share it with y'all? If I can't pass it down, if I can't act in the role of a mentor, if I can't be good to those coming behind me and pay it forward and put my story out there and say, look, this is what happened to me. Because there are people who come to me and say, Cass, I needed that. I developed some great buddyships, if you will, as a result of putting myself on this platform and telling my story. I've had people say, what the hell you telling all your business for? I ain't telling my business, in my opinion. There ain't a damn thing that I'm saying on this platform that y'all haven't heard or experienced your damn selves. It's just half of you pretending that you haven't because you hide your shit. That's the difference. But I'm willing to be that model because that's how God designed me. And we'll be right back. Thank you for joining me for chatting with Cass Allen. As you know, we've been talking about gratitude and I've been all excited about it. I've been speaking on a number of things about gratitude insofar as being thankful for life, family, friends, situations, storms. I'm trying to reduce some of those things that block our gratitude, including fear of losing things, hoarding, personality quirks that perhaps need a little tweaking, how being ungrateful can often come out in the form of complaining. Which leads to loss because the people don't want to be around you. Um, the company that you keep, can sway the way that you receive it, and it can also sway whether or not you become one yourself. It's important for us to manifest those things we desire. Correct? Isn't that always something that many of us can relate to in so forms as thinketh, beeth? Gratitude. You think good, you be good, you do good, you get good. Is that how it works? So with gratitude, is it not the same? If you are grateful and thankful, then you will get more to be grateful and thankful for, which is abundance. I don't know. You do the math with the words. Is there such a thing as doing math with words? Yeah, I'm feeling a little silly as always. I think it's important, that's a part of the way that I reflect my gratitude by being silly and showing my goofiness and my mood. I could be in the middle of falling off of a cliff, one ankle in the mouth of an alligator, a knife in my back, somebody holding a gun to my head, and a punch in my stomach, and I would be on the air like this, and y'all would never know all those things are happening because I'd be grateful that I'm still fucking alive, and I'd probably be looking at each one of them laughing, saying, "Take the shit off or do it," and that's not because I'm hood and courageous and strong, it's because I'm crazy. But on that note, that's my gratitude, and in those moments, if those things were happening to me, because I've been there, I told y'all about my instances where I've been in moments where I thought it was my last second. And the first thing I did was thank the Most High for this experience. I'm like, I don't know what this was. I'm about to leave, but I'm thanking you for it. So I don't, y'all know me. I walk my talk. I talk my walk. It can be a little interesting sometimes to stay in a nice plateau right now. We'll be right back. Thank you for joining us for chatting with me, Cass Allen. Chatting with Cass Allen. And we're talking about gratitude. We've been going down the list of gratitude and its antonym, being ungrateful. We've related it to life, family, friends, situations, storms, hoarding, losing, personalities, complaining, the company that you keep. I've shared my own experiences. I've talked directly to you all in general because I'm not here to, go and out people or, I believe in anonymity when it comes to the show, but also touching on issues that, are real to all of us. I work hard to avoid using pronouns and gender references, time, states, all types of things. But I also work diligently to try to get the story across to you all. When I spoke of what I said I see and quite a few of you all, I'm speaking of people, friends, family, strangers. I'm speaking of direct situations of people I'm seeing that aren't appreciating the beauty of life, people that aren't grateful for the experience, that are taking a higher than thou approach, and some of you are in denial about that shit. And I say, you're the scariest crew to deal with because you're not paying attention. Like, you don't have to listen to me, but pay attention on your own. Like I tell everybody, you ain't got to debate with me. You got to talk to your God. This ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not your God. I'm just pointing out an observation. Just as y'all point out observations in me, I point out observations in y'all. What? But I'm more modest about it. I think I'm more humble. Most of the things I really think I don't say because most people wouldn't know how to receive them. Most people really wouldn't. They don't want the truth. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's another part of gratitude. There's some things that have taken place in my life in the last year that have been horrific. And what I've done is thank the Most High for revealing them. Even if they hurt, the first thing I do is thank the Most High. Thank the Most High for revealing the liar. I thank the Most High for revealing the thief. I thank the Most High for revealing Judas. I thank the Most High for revealing the abuser. I thank the Most High for revealing the gold digger. I can pick another 7 titles that I met in the last year. And I thank God for revealing them so that I can get them out of my life. There was a time in my life in my younger years, I'm all sad and crying over certain situations that I don't anymore. I actually smile and get happy and be like, go, 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 get. You understand what I'm saying? Because I look at things now with gratitude and not a loss. I'm not losing shit by getting somebody out of my life who just reveal themselves as whatever. Now, these might not be factual stories. I'm just throwing out titles. You could be the beggar, the thief, the Indian giver. You reveal yourself as such. Thank you. It's like an audition. Okay, let's take it out the door, and that is it. I have personally stood next to a person that I had an altercation with, and I could clearly tell that the person was completely blown away that I was standing in line behind said person in a diner as if though I'd never seen this person a day in my life. And it was obvious I had zero emotion. I didn't have an attitude. I was just grateful that I could do it. I was like, God, I'm so glad you revealed this fool so I could stand here and act like I never met this fool. Notice the lack of pronouns and locations. I was grateful. I was grateful to have this person out of my life because I'm so sick of having people in my life talking shit that don't belong there. I don't care if I care about you. It doesn't matter. Scat, go. You don't belong in my life if you betraying me. You don't belong in my life if you're pretending to be a friend if you're not. You don't belong in my life. I show gratitude when you exit. I show gratitude based on how I act in situations. It's not always the situation. I'd be like, damn, Cass, you handled that good. Proud of you for not reacting like a fool. There's a lot of ways to be grateful with yourself, even, and you find out over time that your personality becomes that. Don't we always say fake it till you make it? Won't y'all try that shit with some good things? Why that's always related to money hungry shit? Try it with your fucking personality. Fake you're fucking happy. Fake you're fucking nice. Fake you're decent. Fake you're grateful. Fake you care. Fake you give a fuck. How about those things for faking till you make it? We'll be right back. Thank you for joining us for Chatting with Cass Allen. We've been talking about gratitude. And I'm grateful for the yogurt and berries in my mouth I just took in during the commercial break. Some blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, and vanilla yogurt mixed up nice. That's how I got down, and I'm grateful for it because it tastes good to me. Y'all know what I'm talking about here. Living your life in gratitude. When living fully in your moments. I'm not saying, like I said earlier, 80/20. I'm not saying 99% of the time even you're going to be happy or even 90 or grateful. Yeah, we all rumble. We have moments, we pout, we get spoiled, we this, that. But do you want to be known that way? You want to be associated that way? You don't want people to identify you as such, your name prefaced by words like bratty, unstable, this, that. But okay, in all fairness, we can get those labels anyway. Lord knows I get them from time to time. As some of you know, I can be very goofy and I can think very mathematically, and it can annoy the fuck out of some of you. Um, and I'm also very grateful, and that can annoy people too, you know. But I'm not a Pollyanna type of happy-go-lucky all the time, gift giving of love 24/7. I got my moments too where it's like, fuck y'all. Somebody got on my nerve, or I don't want to be bothered today. I don't feel like being nice, so let me stay by my damn self type of move. I'm not one to come out and inflict my shit on people. That to me is being ungrateful, extra ungrateful. I say to myself when I feel like fucking y'all up, instead of coming out complaining about everything, yelling at everybody, and starting shit. That's not my thing. I ain't Quentin Tarantino's niece, nephew, nothing, cousin, nothing. It ain't my thing. Everybody know that about me. I might look like a brute, but I'm all love and peace, man. And if you ain't coming with that, you can basically leave me alone. You know, for real. If you ain't got the laugh in you, you ain't got no insight, no introspection, you ain't chill like that, you can basically leave me alone. I don't want to hang out with people who want to hurt people. I don't want to hang out with people who want to talk about people all day. I don't want to hang out with people who complain about everything in life. I don't want to hang out with people who just out there just trying to live off of everybody else like fucking crabs in a barrel. Like, if you think you see that in me, you fucking wrong. And you just keep on going. I ain't your partner in crime for none of that shit. When I go through, until I climb my ass out my own holes. I ain't doing none of that with none of y'all. I don't know what the fuck, cause some of y'all out there be thinking y'all see it. It ain't here, honey. You feel me? Y'all know who I'm talking to. It ain't here. I am who I always tell you I am. Some of y'all keep running up looking for something different. It ain't here. I am that person. I am chill like that. I love to be out. I like to have fun. If we're not having fun, leave me the fuck alone. I don't like to sit up and be grumpy all day. I don't like pouting. I don't like arguing. I don't like sitting up complaining. Life is good. I don't give a fuck if I got two peas in a fucking bowl and one grain of rice to eat. Life is good because I got those three things that a lot of people ain't got. Them two peas and that piece of rice. You feel me? So if you don't think like that, we ain't probably ain't gonna get along. I like to sit up and paint. I like my puzzles. I like my mathematics. I done told you all this shit. If you don't believe me, that's your fault. I ain't gonna be gang banging with you in the street. If you like to be mean to people, don't fucking contact me. I ain't the one. I don't want to hang with people like that. You gotta have gratitude. You gotta get up. You gotta be thankful for life. You gotta be thankful for your life. And I gotta see that in the way you live in your life. Or I don't want to fuck with you. Y'all hear me? This has been Chatting with Cass Allen. We out.